strong work ethic, problem solving, community oriented. Team player is accountable for his roll call.
Shelley,
Yes.
Mahler,
Yes.
Wally, yes, Schott,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Okay, next we need approval of the meeting agenda.
So moved.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Roll call.
Wally, yes, Mahler,
Yes.
Shelley,
Yes.
Schott,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Item 2 is the consent agenda.
Agenda minutes of July 7th, regular city.
council meeting. 4 contract payments, 2 to Bolton and Mank and 2 to Eocene for $23,856.25. Claims and financial register, claims register and financial $1,333.86. And 2 retail alcohol permits. Prairie Hospitality Inc. has both of them. One for the Hotel Patty and one. The inspections have been carried out. Can I have a motion, please?
Make a motion, we approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Klein,
Yes.
Shelley,
Yes.
Mahler,
Yes.
Wally, yes, Schott,
Yeah.
All right, got a couple of things. First of all, we are still working on getting the RISE grant application together. I think the intersection study has been completed and we're just looking at scheduling a meeting between Bolton Mink city staff and the district DOT that we're in to have discussions on what that could look like. Still working on the application and the funding mix of what the DOT would be able to provide in that application. So that's still moving forward. And then just last week, had a good meeting with Mr. Anderson and Josh Shields with Bolton Mink, looking at potential REAP grant applications. So we're kind of honing in on doing something at the Iowa Street wetland, hopefully a natural playground type area in that space that we had set aside. So kind of beginning phases of getting that application together, and that would be coming before council for consideration before that application is turned in. Any questions?
Say space set aside at the Iowa wetland. Where's the
Yep.
space?
So just east of the parking lot area, there's a flat spot that the trail kind of goes around, and that was kind of planned and set aside for future play amenities of some sort. So it's kind of that one of the next phases of that project. So
Wetland seems to be working.
yes. Seems to be filling up and going down with the rains we're getting. So good news.
Okay, Mayor, Council comments. I just wanted to congratulate the Perry swim team for going undefeated this season and winning the end of the season tournament. So congratulations to them. Council have any comments?
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna be involved with the library's final session of pop-up golf on Saturday. So we'll look forward to seeing a good crowd of the summer reading program there.
I just wanted to say that we had the street party on Friday. I'm sure Lindsay's probably gonna talk about it later, but it was a well-attended event. I think everybody had fun and I think we'll probably end up doing it again.
It's a lot of fun. Okay, any other comments? Okay, we'll move to open forum. Speakers will be asked to step to the microphone and state their name and address for the record, and will be given 3 minutes to address the council. Please.
I was here last time. My name is Sue Olmstead and I live in Woodbury, Minnesota. And I'd like to expand on a topic that I broached at the meeting last time, and that is water. And I'm speaking on behalf of kind of all farmers. Okay. I am formally asking for a substantive clause in the contract that requires JBS to preserve and do no harm to existing water drainages or when needed, mitigate those drainages. This includes both known and unknown drainages that flow through the JBS site from both contiguous and surrounding properties. The reality is that farmers and counties have been installing tile for close to 200 years. County drainage districts are likely documented, but some of the farmer installed tile may not be. I have 4 points of explanation. The first one is around county drainage districts. The engineer that was present at the last meeting indicated that he had done an online search and concluded that no Dallas County drainage districts are in the JBS site. That may or may not be true because it is known that Dallas County doesn't have a complete record of all their drainage districts online. So this needs more investigation at the Adel engineer's office. Historical paper copies of all drainage districts should be in that office. Point 2, farmer installed tile. With farmer installed tile, there is a known component, but there is also an unknown component. The documentation is private. It may be handed down by word of mouth from generation to generation, or hand-drawn pictures. Or if the FSA office was involved in the design, an engineer quality plat should be in existence. One can look for intakes and at the topography maps for indications of tile and drainage flows, but there will likely be tile that won't be found. So that is why I am asking for the clause to also include unknown tile. If problems occur in the future, JBS should be required to mitigate the problem. Point 3, the engineer that was present at the last meeting indicated that any tile found during grading or build out of the JBS site will be capped. Capping would not be good. Pressure will build, something will blow, and flooding will occur. So if they are going to cap, the clause needs to require mitigation and rerouting of those water flows. And point 4 is if planned berms and other landscaping create drainage issues, then JBS should be required to mitigate that also. So in summary, you are concerned about Perry's economic vitality, and I can appreciate that. Your focus is on jobs for manufacturing employees. Farmers contribute to Perry's economic vitality also, so their livelihoods need consideration too. Properly handling water ensures livelihoods are not negatively impacted by the JBS development. You have a no rendering and odor clause in the rezoning ordinance. I think the water clause I am requesting is more appropriate in the development contract. And I've spoken with Molly and Josh Webker, I think I'm pronouncing that right, and they concur on that. That's the development contract issue. Again, I'm asking for a clause that requires JBS to preserve and do no harm to existing drainages, or when needed, mitigate existing drainages. This includes both known and unknown drainages that flow through the JBS site from both contiguous and surrounding properties. Do you have any questions or comments?
Good information. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Next. Anybody? Okay. Don't see her up there. Is there Tammy online? Would she like to speak? Okay. Yes, please.
Is my cousin, and she has a property that is contiguous to the JBS site. So she's just on the south side of it. There's 2 issues and questions, really, they're kind of questions. One is about property boundaries, and will there be a land survey required to determine just exactly where the property boundaries are of this 90 acres? And if so, who's gonna do it?
I believe they have done a survey. I don't know the firm that completed the survey.
Have they marked it yet?
I am not sure.
Okay, and a follow on that is, should surrounding landowners do their own private land survey?
That would be up to each
Each one.
landowner if they would want to or not, but
Okay. Can you find out, Sven, if they're gonna mark it?
probably.
Okay, okay. And then during construction, is there gonna be a barrier to kind of control the erosion between?
Yep.
farm-
For state code, they
Yeah,
would have to
okay.
follow SWIP
Okay,
management.
and then the last thing is, there's a pretty substantial sized power line that runs east-west through that JBS property. And it looks to be more on the south side, but it runs the whole length of it. I'm assuming that will remain. It would be pretty hard to
Yep.
change it. Okay. So can you remind me where the building's gonna go? Is it gonna go underneath that power line or north or south of it?
No, everything will be north of the transmission lines.
Oh. Okay. Okay. There is tile in that area though too, where they're gonna put the building, so. Just so you know. Okay, all right,
Will,
all right, thank you.
thank you. Okay. Anybody else?
Matt McDivitt, 2101 Iowa Street. Gonna limit it to 3 minutes or less here. So I do appreciate your concerns. I am on a planning and zoning member, and I do want to remind everybody that several years ago, we did pass, and I believe council had the requirement to have a site plan. A full engineer provided site plan, prepared by an engineer, certified in the state, also reviewed by the city and their engineering firm as well. And so I'd like to yield the balance of my time to the JBS engineer, who could kind of maybe just remind everybody that a lot of the considerations and factors that you're concerned about are taken into account.
Hello, Josh Warren, representing the architecture and engineering team. But yes, to address some of the comments about the tiles, we are absolutely going to be addressing any investigation, any moving of the site, any found tiles that have not been in record or for record is to be evaluated and addressed properly. As far as capping, if that is the right solution, that may be the way to go, but the intention is no more water leave the site or enter the site than it is today. So that's the intention, and that would be addressed with the tiles. And as far as the survey goes, JBS has commissioned a survey of the site, and we just got that within the last couple of weeks prior to the last meeting, where my colleague Dave indicated about the 5 different exits of water off of the site for stormwater management. So we believe that we are addressing this to the best of the ability from an engineering standpoint to make sure that it doesn't affect adjacent neighbors. Absolutely. That they will not impede that, and any stormwater to the site or off the site is anticipated to flow at the exact rate that it is now, and to maintain those natural flows is part of doing the survey, so we understand where those are at. So we're not just using some of the incomplete documentation. Understood. And in addition to those, with the paper copy research, our assumption going into it is to assume that some of those could be inaccurate. So that's why JBS wanted to commission and make sure that we're doing geotechnical surveys, as well as the land surveys to make sure we're aligned.
Thank you. Okay. Anyone else? Okay, thank you all. We'll move on to our special presentation night. Perry Hospitality Inc. will give us an update on the hotel operation.
Good evening. My name is Tom Berkran. I live at 14912 J Avenue, just outside of Perry, and also a business owner out on 26th Street, 3026. First of all, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to present. It's been an exciting few years here with the hotel operations. I also want to thank Sven Peterson and Dirk Kavanaugh, the mayor, each of the council members, and plus the city staff who have all put in a lot of time and effort, giving us a lot of assistance and making it through this time. Just to remind you kind of how we got started with this, back in the fall of 2020, we started talking about the hotel because it was coming up for sale. And it had been through a number of owners who had, as it turns out, little commitment to the community of Perry. And we were looking at models of having local ownership of the hotel so that it would stay in the community and we wouldn't go through that every 4 years of the hotel coming up for sale. You also remember what was going on in 2020 and 21. We were in the midst of a pandemic. And the pandemic changed the world of hospitality profoundly. And the Hotel Pattee was not immune to that change. And so April of 2021, PED, Perry Economic Development, bought the hotel after an outstanding fundraising effort. A lot of individuals, companies, and organizations contributed. The city contributed to that fundraising as well. And PED purchased the hotel. The first year of the hotel being open, again, we basically started from zero. And so we made it through the first year. We did not have an outside management firm at that time. Myself and Jenny Eklund. Jenny was general manager. And so she managed the hotel and I provided support where I could as president of PED. So in July of 2022, Perry Hospitality began management. How we got there was Sven and I had looked at a number of other outside management firms that would want to manage the hotel. As it turned out, that search failed. We did not find a suitable company. And again, COVID had changed how hotels were being managed. Before, hotels were managed based on a share of profits, not necessarily a fee-based management. 2021 began the era of management firms only managing hotels and hospitality, including restaurants, for a fee-based. So they were guaranteed to make money. At that time, that didn't fit what we wanted to do. So Perry Hospitality came into being. And that consists of 5 partners, Jenny Eklund, Alan and Monica Pipes, myself, and my wife, Sue Kimston. We did sign a new 3-year lease in October of 23. So you're stuck with us at least for another little over a year. As we entered into this private public venture, PHI had 3 goals. First goal was to keep the doors open. You all remember the video and the images of the hotel doors with chains around. We did not want to return to that. We also did not want to return to the hotel being sold or being up for sale. Goal number 2 was build the brand. So Roberta Green Amundsen, she built a brand around the Hotel Pattee that has persisted for almost 30 years now. That brand suffered through some of the previous owners, And our goal was to build it back up and to not let the brand suffer. Even today, when you talk to people that have not been at the hotel for years, they remember the brand of the Hotel Pattee. Our goal was to provide a guest experience that was always above the guest expectations, that they would remember. And that came through staff interactions. I can positively say right now, we have the best staff that we've had. We have almost 50 employees. Now, in comparison, Roberta had 120 employees. Jay Hart's, a previous owner, had 80 employees. So we're running with about 50 employees, and we've got the best group we've had in 3 years. Also, the consistent excellency in the restaurant, food and beverage service, the events, was part of our goal. And Jeremy knows if you have one dissatisfied customer, they're going to tell probably 7 to 10 people. If you have one satisfied customer, you hope they'll tell 3 people. And we also, and this seems kind of silly, but we wanted a clean property. And we get more comments about how clean our property is today than we did 3 years ago. And the key to that is your housekeeping staff needs to be suffering from OCD. So now our third goal was to reach profitability. Unfortunately, profitability has been more elusive. We're not profitable. We're still losing money. Even with the great support from the Friends of the Hotel Pattee, PHI has still sustained loss. We came close to being break even in the 23 to 24 year, but we backed a little bit, 24, 25 years. A lot of that has been, again, out of our control. We have 2 profit centers. We have the restaurant and bar, the events part of that, and then our lodging. So the restaurant loses money. It's difficult. Why is that? Well, labor costs, food costs, beverage costs. Inflation caught up with us in early 24. And we had no control over that. We could raise prices, but the consumer notices price increase. And we have a very competitive market here in Perry for restaurants, which is fortunate because we have a lot of great restaurants and bars. And we like partnering with them, but it's still competition. And then the availability of labor drove up the cost. So when McDonald's starts advertising, they start their servers at $14 an hour. Guess what? That's what we have to pay. Even though we get our service providers do get tips. And then the food costs. Fat cattle went up $2 today. Well, what impact does that have? Well, that prime rib, that $400 chunk of prime rib we ordered last week is going to be more expensive next week. And that's what we have to deal with. So we have raised prices, but we've not raised prices as much as we should have to maintain our profit margin. So inflation, food costs, labor costs. Another issue that we've been dealing with is the expense of repairs and maintenance. And as a property that was remodeled a little over 30 years ago, there are things that go wrong. Now, as the landlord and the owner of the property, the city is responsible for the majority of the repairs and maintenance items. But one of the challenges we have is getting our repairs and maintenance that are due done in a timely manner. And when I say this, I don't want to offend anybody, but the hotel operates at the speed of commerce. The city operates at the speed of bureaucracy. So when I have a hotel room that is down because the HVAC is not working, it's not cooling or it's not heating, I need that room back in inventory tomorrow. But we have to go through the city to get repairs. Anything over $250 repairs or maintenance item is the city's responsibility. At any given time last spring, we'd have as many as 7 rooms out of service, which means we can't rent those rooms. Now we're a boutique hotel. We have 40 rooms. We take 7 out of our inventory. And people, when they call and make their reservation, most of them have looked online or at a brochure, and they see what rooms they want to stay in. And we have people who like staying in different rooms, and we have people who want to stay in the same room. And so if they call and they find out that room's not available, chances are they may not come. They may not want another room, or they'll wait till that room comes back in the inventory. So that's an issue that the way we've dealt with it in order to get response is PHI has started paying for the repairs of those rooms. For instance, I got 316 needs a new fan motor. And instead of waiting for the city to order it and have Dries come install it, and 3 weeks later, we're paying for the fan and the labor. I've got 3 maintenance guys on staff now. I have a boiler guy, a general maintenance guy, and a plumber who also does refrigeration because of those repairs that need to be done when I need to get rooms back in inventory. Just give you an example of what that does. You say, well, that's not so bad, really. But if you take a conservative estimate, if we had 2 rooms out every night of the year, that's 730 room nights. Our average revenue off 1 room night is over $200. So you take $200 times 730, for those of you challenged with math, that's almost $150,000 in opportunity cost that we haven't lost out of our pocket, but it's opportunity cost. And so that feeds into our revenue side as well as our expense side, where we have to pay for those expenses. Now, the key to our profitability is not going to be necessary control of expenses, although we want to do that, but it's occupancy. Our occupancy rate is somewhere around 18 to 20%, which is low by industry standard. If you gave me 50 more room nights per week, we would be at break even or profitable. So 50 rooms per week. So in order to get there, PHI has embarked this year on an increased expenditure for marketing. And so that includes media placement, both print media, digital. We've got a full-time person on marketing that does digital placement, targeted Facebook, Instagram. I don't do digital media, so it's up to her. Then we're also doing some guerrilla marketing. For example, this week, we're going to have people up on the Ragbri route, simply handing out rack cards about the hotel. So who goes on Ragbri? Baby boomers. Who has money to spend? Baby boomers. Who will come to the Hotel Patee? Baby boomers. They'll come because of the bike trail. What we found here this summer is a lot of our guests don't know about the bike trail being connected to the High Trestle Trail. They just don't know about it. They're surprised when they hear it. So that tells me PHI has not done our job of marketing, but we desperately need destination marketing for Perry as a whole. And that was a promise back in 2021, was that there would be destination marketing. Y'all came off of having your slogan for Perry, and then destination marketing was to follow that. But so far, we've not seen any destination marketing for Perry. So we spend over $60,000 a year on marketing for 25 because of no destination marketing. So we are marketing. If you look at our Facebook page, we are marketing businesses up and down second, not just our business.
Charlie said.
When people come to Perry or any town, they want 1 place to stay, 2 places to eat and drink, 3 places to see or do. And that can be really the crux of destination marketing, just letting people know what's available. And so I know there are meetings going on, but for the life of me, meetings are where stuff goes to die. And I'm not seeing any traction with destination marketing right now. So again, we're doing our own. We'll be at the Trail Summit up in Cedar Falls in October. Again, marketing the hotel, marketing the bike trail, marketing Perry with whatever businesses we can partner with. So at this point, I would take any questions you have. If any council member wants to see the exact financials, I'll be glad to show those to you in a private meeting. I'm not going to share the exact numbers in public setting, but I'll be glad to open our books for anybody that's interested. And those of you who run your own businesses, you know the challenge of small business. But I would gladly take any questions, comments, boos, hisses.
I appreciate the hotel Petty. Today I was there, retired railroad. Oh, and they spoke highly of me. We appreciate it.
We appreciate the business. Now, we got pretty much every civic organization in Perry are great supporters of the hotel. They have their lunches there. And we've got our what we call our super users, people we see in the restaurant all the time. I even see Jeremy in the bar, and even though he's got his own bar, he comes in and eats and drinks with us, which we appreciate. Thank you for asking. Coffee shop is doing great. That was an innovation we put in this spring. We took what used to be the Ray B. Smith Museum store, and then was a bike shop, and then we were using for event space and courtyard events. But yeah, we got Daniel Graney as our barista and our bartender in there. And I couldn't be happier with how that's gone. The coffee is great, and amazingly, I see people eating in there, people from Perry, that I never see in our other restaurant, even though it's the same menu. But it just tells us that they wanted a more casual dining experience or outdoor dining experience. We're still doing our concerts in the courtyard on Thursday nights, happy hour. So those have gone, last few of those have gone really well, good crowds. We're partnering with groups like the Perry Animal Rescue, the girls volleyball team. We've got a couple other partnerships coming up here with those. So yeah. Oh, good. That's what we like. Word of mouth is our strongest type of marketing. People telling other people, hey, we had a great meal, or we had a great stay. You got to go on the bike trail, make the ride over at dusk over the High Trestle Trail. That's a great adventure too.
I just want to say this, I think by everybody's sentiment is how hard you guys work. We really appreciate that. Jenny's there. Does she live there? Jenny, don't.
Yeah, basically she does live there. Yeah.
And then last week we did the marketing thing with the business area.
Yeah.
That was really, I really touched them. That was really nice.
Yeah, we get a lot of support from the businesses up on Second Street around, and we like partnering where we can. So yeah, that's part of it. So any other question, comment?
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much.
My portion, Joe, is adding, so Friends of Hotel Patee, and just a quick update here, and in particular with the Leaders Club. And so, as Tom had mentioned, with this project, and he had provided most of the background on this, phase one, PED and many of its board members and friends of the hotel had raised, roughly about 2.9. Okay, to purchase the hotel, to begin renovating the first $400,000 of renovations to the hotel. But what we have seen is that as we're trying to restore profitability to the hotel and keep it right? We knew we needed to do more. We knew it was going to take longer for our market to recover, especially in a rural community like ours, and a hotel and aspects. But there's work, right? There's a lot of work for this. What Tom and PHI have, and Jenny and PHI have, is fantastic. Okay. Now, what we are trying to do is find a way to make it profit, and to prove profit for the next group. And so here, what we came up with was a Leaders Club. A 3-year commitment. The leading businesses in town, many of the leading businesses in town are members of this, and I've contributed substantially to this effort. It's and really what we're, looking at here is we have raised, almost $1 million for the Leaders Club effort. In addition to over and above the phase one raise, to help with economic support of the hotel and other initiatives as well. For the Friends, we also, fundraise for things. Part of our mission is to help defray the cost of the city. And we have done that to the tune of about $80,000 in 2024 and 2025 with finding donors, and we do not miss a grant window for whatever item is determined to be needed. So we have helped install a brand new prep line in the kitchen, the main double ovens in the kitchen as well, boardroom chairs more recently, and then obviously writing a grant for the coffee shop as well. And so that's a total of about another 80,000 over and above what we're raising for operational and other supports for the effort. And so just want to kind of remind everybody who is the Friends of Hotel Patea for now. And that's president is Dan Spellman, vice president Mike Van Houweling. I'm the treasurer. Dirk Kavanaugh, Jeremy Mahler, our board members, and Bill Clark as well. And so, we are definitely working here to get this, to make this work and determine if it can work. And, we have a fantastic management group with Tom and Jenny and Alan and the spouses. And we think 2026 is huge. We think 50 room nights a week is achievable, but it's only achievable through a few of the things that we had recommended to the council and coming off of a long project in 2023. On the expense side, the opportunities that still exist for the city is to have the hotel included under the umbrella of, with electricity. So there is about $100,000 of electric spend. That the hotel encouraged bring, us to profitability sooner. And so there are opportunities for that, obviously with solar and other initiatives of the city that could help on that side. On the revenue side, and we believe destination marketing is key. We knew it in 2021. We knew it again in 23. We still know it now. Last year was tough. But I mean, it's incredible. And that is, I think, set the project back a little bit. But it's 2025 and we are here to focus on the future and for 26. And that was the key. Can we restore profitability or get to break even by the end of 26? And I believe with a solid investment in destination marketing and actionable marketing, right? Direct marketing to supplement what PHI is doing to help, our entire community. So I just want to give everybody an update on kind of what we've been working on, where we're at, and then I'd take questions if there's any on that initiative as well.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, we will move on to old business. We have a resolution setting date for the public hearing on designation of the expanded Perry urban renewal area and an urban renewal plan amendment. It's for the areas out at the industrial park. It's mainly to do with the 3 new companies going in there that we will be looking to do some TIF financing with, ADR Axles, JBS, and M&R Properties LLC. So if I could have a motion, please.
Make a motion, we pass a resolution setting the date for the public hearing on designation of the expanded Perry urban renewal area and on urban renewal plan amendment.
I'll second that.
Okay. And there wasn't the date on here, but it is intended to be at the next council meeting or August 8th. Yep. Okay,
6 p.m.
August 6th. Okay.
So this is just the first step in same as previous development agreements. We have to add each of those projects into the urban renewal plan. Additionally with this, including additional new area that would be the JBS site and establishing that area to be able to utilize TIF. So few other things prior to holding that public hearing, still working through final development agreements with each of those companies, but we'll be getting that tied up before our time to have the public hearing and approve the development agreements.
Additional comments?
And then JBS is referred to in everything as select board company. They have decided to use a subsidiary. JBS is a parent company, Swift is underneath it. So they are not different companies. They are basically the same. Don't want any confusion on that.
Right.
Further discussion? Roll call, please.
Walling,
Yes.
Smaller,
Yes.
Shelley. Yes. Scott, Klein,
Yes.
Okay, we'll go to new business. Item A is resolution approving the termination of an agreement for professional services with EcuJet. And so we need to terminate that current agreement. So if someone could make the motion, please.
Motion to approve item A, resolution approving the termination of an agreement for professional service with ACCU Jet.
I'll second.
Okay. Discussion?
So this is something that didn't really plan on having come to the council, but it has. So basically what this is doing is due to unforeseen circumstances, AccuJet is no longer in business. And as you know, that's who the city hired to do all of our cleaning, televising, secured in place pipe stuff, just a lot of things. So this is as whatever, I can't remember what day it was where they actually were done. This is it. We have been very fortunate so far that we do have some local people that if we do run into an emergency have helped us out, but this is ending that agreement. And the next item will be reissuing an RFQ for a new municipal cleaning company to come into Perry and take over with what AccuJet was doing for us for these years. So.
A few weeks ago, Josh, you talked about those grease traps.
Mhm.
Is that was something that, is that something that AccuJet was on?
No,
Those grease traps?
no, totally different. The grease traps and stuff, that is something we're going to start doing internally. We actually went to Des Moines for WRA like 4 weeks ago and went with them for a whole day and did inspections and that. Letters went out, I want to say last week.
Yeah.
You
I got
probably,
mine Thursday.
yeah. So all businesses in town got a letter saying basically like, you know, we're here to help you to like keep that out of our system. And then the week of August 3rd, we're going to start doing inspections. So, but I mean, AccuJet did help a little bit when we would have grease and stuff going into the sewer system to come back manholes out. So, I mean, I guess it kind of is related a little bit. That's why we're really wanting to get this fog program up and running. So. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Shelley,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Smaller,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Item B is a resolution authorizing of a request by qualifications for a sewer contractor. This would be to replace the one we just agreed to cancel. So, motion, please.
I make a motion to pass a resolution authorizing the soliciting of a request for qualifications for a sewer cleaning and inspections contractor.
Well, second.
Okay, and the RFQ will be due no later than 2 p.m. August 13th, 2025. Discussion.
Yeah, so with approval of this, tomorrow we'll be sending out some letters to some companies that do the type of business that AccuJet did. And also Liz will be posting on the Iowa League of Cities request for qualifications for this. Once we have all that back, we'll sit down internally and score those projects. And then I think it's the 18th of August meeting, we'll have that back to you with the selection that we made internally. So what's that? For approval, yes.
Yeah. Are you looking for a company that can also do the SIP plannings and that, or mostly just cleaning and,
It would be nice to have an all-in-one. Those linings and stuff that we did, we did, how many blocks do you think, Sven? If you had to figure
a lot.
30?
Yeah.
30 blocks?
You,
Yeah, quite a few. So, and it was very, very helpful to do that. So, yeah, and a lot of companies do that, or a lot of them, if they don't do that, they work with somebody that does. So I think it'll be an all-in project and stuff, so.
and we could also look at that as a separate project, similar to how we do crack sealing or something like that, where every year, every other year, we just have the blocks that we would want to line and put a bid package together and go out for bids or quotes on that.
And this really did affect us because, all of us in Public Works and all around realized how good we really had it. Because I could literally call AccuJet and have somebody there in 30 minutes, at the most, maybe 2 hours. Now, when we had all this rain and everything, we had some sewers backed up. I called people, I can't get to you. I can't get to you. I literally had DJ Services, who does private lines, come in and hit a couple lines for us. And they've done that. They can bust them open and get us flowing. But we all said at work, at the shop and stuff, is the days of like it happening now we're gonna be waiting. So.
The discussion? Roll call, please.
Walling,
yes,
Shaw, Shelley,
Yes.
Mahler,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Okay, resolution C, all right, item C is a resolution readdressing a parcel. It's located at Industrial Park. It's currently addressed as 104 Research Drive. However, they found out that it should actually be something different, so they're going to want to change it to 298, Research Drive. So could I have a motion on that, please?
Motion to approve item C, resolution readdressing the parcel.
I'll second that.
Molly's not here. Sven, you gonna?
Yeah. Liz and Molly I'm kicking it to Liz. They've been working.
So,
on it.
when we started talking to the county about the parcel that would be, to the north of what's kind of highlighted, where, ADR is gonna go, as well as addressing, the JBS proposed site. It was discovered that for some reason, all of the industrial park was in the 500 block. And it's actually ranges from the 600 block to the 200 block. So we talked again with the county. I talked to Chief Archer. So we think our best plan of action right now is for, the JBS site and ADR, we went ahead and addressed them within range. Now we're gonna go back and try to, what we can do is readdress what's out there that is possible. So this parcel right now is owned by PED. Molly talked to Jeff Hewitt. That's our first course of action. And then the next item, probably at the next meeting, maybe the following, the Shell building will need to get readdressed as well. I have an email out to the county, again, just trying to verify that everything makes sense. And then we might look at seeing if any of the other property owners would be willing to readdress to get everything kind of back in range. In talking to the county as far as E911 goes, even though it's not addressed properly, everything has its own GIS pinpoint. So if the 911 came out to JBS, they would know where they're going, even if they were following the range out of range. So, another item that we hit when doing this is we are running out of numbers to the south. So any development starting from south of 141 moving forward will need to have the word south in it to restart our addressing numbers. So just something to kind of keep in mind. Really and this would be for streets running east-west. Right now, the main street running east-west on the south side is Southgate, so it kind of already has the word south in it. But as more development occurs and new roads go in, something to kind of keep in mind.
Cool.
Okay. No further discussion. Roll call, please.
Shelley,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Smaller,
Yes.
Schott,
Yeah.
Klein.
Yes.
Okay, last item is ordinances. It's a second possible third reading for an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances, Chapter 165 zoning regulation. It's for the parcel out southeast of the industrial park. The zoning change would be from ag district to heavy industrial district. Again, this would need a supermajority vote. So at least 4 council members have to vote for it. We did vote at the last meeting to approve this. So could I have a motion for the second reading, please?
I make a motion, we pass the second reading for an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances, Chapter 165 zoning regulations with the stipulations of no rendering and odor mitigation from JBS or Swift.
And I'll second that.
Further discussion?
I just have one question. So we were talking about tile stuff earlier. Would that be in then development stuff? Is that not?
We'll have discussions with them on that, but as far as some of the other items, all of those things live in that development agreement that we're working through now. So
So
that'll be
that won't need to go on the zoning.
correct. Yep.
Okay.
So we'll have conversations with them and figure out exactly what the game plan would be and how to mitigate those issues.
So they will be mitigated.
I think that'll be for Josh and I to wrestle over of exactly what types of mitigation or anything like that, but he's
Yep.
standing here now, so I'll let him talk.
Yeah, correct. So our anticipation is that we are moving forward with mitigation as it relates to storm drainage. And any of the water coming in the site, as well as any odor mitigation that aligns with the city desire. Questions?
It will be in there.
I think.
Yes.
Yep, sure. And that's what we'll be talking through with JBS of, how to mitigate those issues during construction and then anything after as well.
And there are laws regulating tiles and such in Iowa that, if you damage them, you have to fix them and
We have experience in both, and so do, I'm sure
We also
Epstein
have experience.
engineers and our city engineers also have an ag drainage group within Bolton and Mink that only deal with ag drainage. So I'm sure between everybody's heads and organizations, we'll get it figured out. No.
no. Yeah. If there's egg drainage through the area, it's still egg drainage. It just because it goes through an industrial site does not change the designation of that. Okay, no problem. Any other discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Smaller,
Yes.
Shelton,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Schott,
Yeah.
Klein.
Yes.
Okay, since we've twice with 5-0, I would ask if anyone would like to to table or to change the rules to allow the third reading be
I
tonight.
make a motion that we change the rules for a third reading.
I'll second that.
have it down as you're suspending the rules and holding the third and final reading.
Suspending the rules,
That's
yes.
correct.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Dewey. And Liz? Okay, any other discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Have Walling,
Yes.
Schott.
Yeah.
Shelley,
Yes.
Mahler,
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Okay, now I would take a motion for the third reading. Of the ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances, Chapter 165, zoning regulations from ag district to heavy industrial district.
I make a motion, we pass a third reading for an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances, Chapter 165 zoning regulations with stipulations of no rendering and odor mitigation from JBS/.
No, second thought.
Further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mahler,
Yes.
Schott.
Yeah.
Shelley,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Okay. You all, that's the last thing on the agenda. Anybody else? Anything? If not, we will adjourn. Thank you.